Ryan from Arnie Music, deep in the heart of Texas. Alright, so quick question for you guys and gals today. I really enjoy conversations, so you might have noticed I talk a lot. Well, that's because I like to talk to people. I have a question for you guys today, and that question is, what is your guitar heritage? What I mean by that, I'm glad you asked. What I mean is, if you're a guitar player, you obviously started learning to play at some point in time, or you're learning right now, or whatever. A lot of people start playing when they're, like teenage, something like that, 12, 13, 14 years old, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 years old. So it's not uncommon to start as a teenager. And when you're young and you're learning to play, most of us have players that we look up to, or bands that we look up to, or something like that, that we like their songs, we learn their songs, we learn their licks, we're influenced by them, and you have these different influences. And as a player, you melt them all together, and that sort of becomes your guitar heritage. Your personal style of playing guitar, or the music that you write, if you write music, a lot of times will be kind of a blend of your influences, your heritage. So let me tell you about my guitar heritage, if you're interested. Alright, so when I was learning to play guitar as a young man, I had a few influences. For me, it was all about Guns N' Roses. Slash Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses particularly. That was a big one. Loved Guns N' Roses. Metallica. We've covered this in some of my videos, who my influences. Metallica was huge. The first thing I ever heard from them was One, the music video. I think the first album I bought from them was the Black Album when it came out, and loved it. Bought Injustice for All, loved it more. Bought Master of Puppets, loved it the most. Bought Ride the Lightning, loved it. Finally bought Kill 'Em All. It was okay. I'm just saying. So I got into Metallica starting from the Black Album and went backwards through their catalog, and I liked them all. So it was Metallica, Megadeth, and put him in control. Watch him become a god. Watch people's heads roll. Particularly starting with Countdown to Extinction was the first Megadeth album that I got. And loved all their stuff. Pantera, of course, starting with Cowboys from Hell, Vulgar Display of Power. All their records. So for me, it was Guns N' Roses first, Metallica next, Pantera, Green Day, Dookie. Remember when that came out? That was awesome. Nirvana, believe it or not. A lot of early 90s rock stuff. Soundgarden, Pearl Jam, Nirvana, Alice in Chains. Yes, Alice in Chains, man. Awesome. So that's my musical heritage. Guns N' Roses, Metallica, Megadeth, Pantera, Sepultura. I love Sepultura, man. Awesome. A lot of hard rock and metal. Zeppelin. Got into Zeppelin at that time. Love Zeppelin. So sort of classic rock, thrash, 90s rock and metal. That's all was going on when I was learning to play guitar as a teenager. And so those are my influences. So when I sit down to write music now, I tend to Ozzy. Oh my God, forgot. Sorry. No More Tears, Ozzy. Zakk Wylde. That was my first Ozzy record, really. And then of course I bought, going backwards, got Blizzard of Oz, Sabbath. That kind of stuff. That's my guitar heritage. Yeah. So when I sit down and I write music, if I'm jamming or writing songs, it tends to be kind of a melting pot of all that sort of stuff. It just comes out. Now it doesn't really sound, you probably will hear influences of every one of those bands or guitar players, but it's not exactly, a straight Metallica song or a straight Zakk Wylde song or a straight Sabbath, or Megadeth or Pantera. It's all a blend of all that sort of stuff. Put that all together, and then when I sit down to write music, that's generally what comes out. Yeah. So I would call that my heritage, because that was my formative years playing. Spent a lot of time playing that kind of stuff. As I got older, I kind of branched out, started digging other things and other styles of music. When it comes to guitar, I've always loved classical music. Always, even as a kid. And I still do. Beethoven's my favorites. Love Beethoven. So I do dig all kinds of music, but as a guitar player, learning to play guitar for the first time, it was all about those guys. So that's my story. I want to hear your story. What is your story? What is your guitar heritage? A lot of dudes, it's Van Halen. A lot of dudes, it's Kiss. People worship Kiss. I was not a Kiss fan. Nothing against them. It's not that I don't like Kiss. They were just not. They're not the band that lit my fire when it came to playing guitar for the first time. So everybody has their favorites. I don't really like Pink Floyd a lot. Personally, I don't dislike them. I don't think their music's crap or anything like that. They just don't. When I listen to Pink Floyd, it's like, all right. I could take it or leave it. Some people love Pink Floyd. I really dig Led Zeppelin. Some people hate Led Zeppelin. So there's taste. Everybody has their own taste. If you sit down and write music, I bet what you're going to hear is just a mix-up of all these bands that you like and love and were influenced by. And your music, it's not really going to sound like a straight copy of any one of those things, but a really, really, really nice blend of all of them. And so it's not anything new. It is new, but it's just a new mixture of all these other elements. So let me know. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me your guitar heritage, your music heritage. I really want to know. I'm interested to see it. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Thank you for subscribing. Wherever that subscribe button is, just go ahead and click it. And I like having conversations with you guys. I really appreciate the interaction. And to me, it's just interesting. I love to hear your stories. So, thanks a lot. Leave me your story down below. And let's just keep the music alive, shall we? Rock on.